What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Hyrule Warriors. In the last episode we finished off the Sealed Ground, which completes all the timeline splits, and now we can move on to the Temple of the Sacred Sword. However, you'll notice that we can only play as Link in this level, so what do you say we hop over to the bazaar since we haven't actually played as Link in a very long time. And I was able to make some significant upgrades to his badge. It's like, check this out, Kokiri's Sword 4 man, Digging Mitts 1, we also got Hover Boots 1, and Din's Fire 2. I also completely finished off the Wooden Sword Chain, which is going to help out with the Fire Rod, which is what I plan on using. Anyways, for defense, all I did was actually get Empty Bottle 2, so not anything really too useful. And for assist badges, all we have is Favor's Wind 1, so nothing new in that regard. But now that that is out of the way, what do you say we get started? Now, like I said, we haven't played as Link in a very long time, so he's only level 12, but I think I have a solution. I actually fused a weapon that should be perfect for this, so check it out. We got a Fire Rod with EXP Plus and 96 damage. Now, I know this one has more damage and probably a better seal, but honestly, I think we could use the extra EXP, so that's what I'm going to go with for this episode. Let's start. Forgive me for not saying anything. I had to hide my identity from my enemies. Link, your courage is extraordinary. I could see your potential from the first moment in the training yard. We closed each gate of souls, putting things right with time and space. Next, we need to... Hey, hold on. Don't you have some explaining to do? Yes. Sia and I, we're not just from the same clan. We're actually the same person. But how? Something took hold of Sia and forced the light from her heart. I'm that light. I'm what was driven out of her. And the monster responsible for this? The time has come. Who? I now have 3 fragments of my spirit. My power may not be whole, but my body is returned. You! Sia, you have been my favorite puppet yet. I can't just... I am no one's puppet. Whatever the case, our alliance is over. I will break the final barrier myself. This body lacks its full potential. But that will change. Once I wrest the Triforce from you and conquer all. The Triforce shall be mine! What? No! Courage and wisdom have been returned to their owners. I will reclaim the Triforce. It shall be mine alone. As will the hero.
With the Gate of Souls closed in each era, Link and his allies were reunited. Sheik was at last revealed as Zelda, relieving much worry about her fate. Meanwhile, Ganondorf had recovered 3 of his 4 spirit fragments. He chose to leave Sia's body, her usefulness at an end. Free of Ganondorf's control but tragically corrupted, Sia resolved to make Link and the Triforce hers and hers alone. Using powerful rituals to strengthen her forces, she redoubled her attacks on Hyrule. But all was not lost. Zelda directed her forces to the Temple of the Sacred Sword in search of the one thing that could save them all.
Alright, those were some of my favorite cutscenes in the entire game, but guess what? There's still more! I see that your Triforce has returned. Yes, mine and Link's too. It's not clear exactly how, but Cia's power should be a lot weaker. If we're going to counterattack, we've got to do it now. Cia still holds the Triforce of Power. She won't be overtaken so easily. No, we can win, as long as we have the Master Sword. I believe Link possesses the spirit necessary to wield it. But Princess, the Master Sword is more than just a weapon. It's a barrier. It keeps a fragment of evil locked away. Once pulled, the spirit will be freed. The barriers surrounding the Temple of the Sacred Sword are made with a special type of magic. Pulling the Master Sword alone won't undo the barrier. Not entirely, anyway. How can we be sure that Link is truly ready for this task? Because I believe in him. I believe in him too. Well, Link, if you were looking for a chance to prove yourself, this would be it. Then we make haste for the Temple of the Sacred Sword. Okay, I promise there are no more cutscenes, at least for a little while. We've got a level ahead of us now, and check it out, man. The Fire Rod looks cool on Link's back, does it not? It's also a really, really cool weapon, but unfortunately, we are going to have to wait a while to actually use it since, look at the map, there's no enemies on the map. I know, it's kind of weird starting off a level with no enemies, but that will change rather shortly. For now, though, we can actually open up this chest. Get ourselves some rupees, nothing really too special, but what we are looking for are some sealed statues. And guess what? One of them is right over here. And all the sealed statues have like weapons and items from, the Legend of Zelda series, so you'll probably recognize them, as we uncover these sealed statues. But honestly, I could uncover all three of them, right now, but I think it would be better if we did it one at a time. It would be a lot faster, if I did all at once, but doing it one at a time gives me the opportunity to make sure, all of my allies are safe, since you kind of do have to, escort all of your allies around this map and make sure they complete various different tasks. That way we can actually open up the temple and get the Master Sword. And again, this is one of those levels that is, incredibly easy co-op, because if you have two human players, you can pretty much just go for all the keeps at the same time and still be able to protect everybody. Anyways, though, check it out. We have some ghost Hylian troops that we need to fight. This is probably one of the weirder portions of the game. I'm not really sure why we're fighting these ghost troops. The game doesn't really, explain why they're here. It explains who's controlling them later on, but doesn't really explain why they're here in the first place. But for the most part, they don't really pose that great of a threat, considering they more or less just mirror your own troops. So as long as you take down all the captains and the summoners so they can't keep, spawning new troops, your own troops should be able to deal with them, well enough. But we do actually want to kill them, just to make things a little bit easier for the rest of us, because like I said, this is sort of an escort mission, so if the troops are in the way, well then, all of the other characters aren't going to be able to get to their destinations, like Impa and, well, you can't really notice it because it's on the gamepad, but Darunia, Midna, pretty much everyone is with us at this point, and they all do something in this level, so clearing out the other ghost troops makes moving everyone else around a lot quicker. I will say this once, though, even though for the most part we are going to have to end up protecting, Midna, Rudo, and all those guys, it is cool to have them all on the map at the same time, fighting alongside you. It's a pretty cool feeling. Plus, we got the Fire Rod, so let's talk about this for a little bit. The Fire Rod is incredibly awesome and, super powerful. I have no idea why I didn't play with this thing sooner. I guess I sort of, forgot that I had it, but my gosh, I am so happy that I'm using it now, because this thing is perfect for my playstyle. It is not only, ranged, but you can also use it as sort of a melee weapon, because its basic attacks, shoot out in front of you. So it can hit enemies that you're standing inside of, but it also attacks enemies farther away. And it's got this really cool combo, That thing is crazy powerful. It like turns into like almost a gust bellows, but instead of like, you know, wind or whatever, it's just a giant tornado of fire. It's freaking crazy. I love all the combos with the fire rod. It's just a lot of fun to play with, and it looks really cool. It's sort of a shame though, because by the time we finish off this level, we're actually going to get a far better weapon than like anything else that Link will ever get, and pretty much you're never going to want to use anything but that weapon. So it kind of does overshadow the rest of like Link's alternate weapons, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know what? I will still try and show off like all of the alternate weapons if I get a chance to. There's actually a DLC weapon for Link that I would like to show off as well, except I don't actually have it yet. I'm not even sure why, so perhaps I have to, you know, actually download it, because I thought it got downloaded automatically after you, like, buy the season pass, because I did that a while ago on the eShop, and I guess I just never really looked, so I may have to, like, manually go and download it, because it's also supposed to come with a Darkling skin as well, and I'm pretty sure I don't have that, although I've never really checked for it, and I sort of just, like, forgot about it until just now, so yeah, I'm assuming I probably have to go and get it manually, so I might do that in between episodes and try and get that weapon and that skin, and then maybe I'll show that off in a future episode. Probably not the Darkling skin, because I kind of want to, like, I don't know, save that for an extra video, but the weapon for sure, because it's really stinking cool, and I think it's actually kind of funny. Anyways, though, we have found our second sealed statue. It actually has Midna's shackle and the goddess butterfly on it, so I'm assuming that we need to guide Midna here. I wasn't really paying attention, but first let me actually clear out these guys. Like I said though, if you clear them out and kill the summoners and take over the outposts, for the most part, you should be able to limit, you know, how many of these like ghost Hylian troops you actually do have to fight. And it makes, like, you know, moving around all the other characters a lot easier, as I said before. Anyways, you know, I will admit, I kind of was wishing that, we could end up playing as Zelda in this level, but you can only do that in free play mode. Unfortunately, in Legend mode, they, you know, limit the characters you can use in each stage to make more sense for the story, but I really did want to show off Zelda, considering we did just unlock her, and she's actually a pretty fun character to play as. She might make it into my top 5, I think. Like, there's a lot of really fun characters in this game, and I still haven't played as everyone just yet, so it might seem a little, like, too early to put her in my top 5, but she is pretty dang fun, and of all the characters that I've actually played as so far, she would definitely make it into that top 5, I would definitely say that. I think as of, like, right now, my top 5 would be Link at number 1, Fi at number 2, Lana at 3, Zelda could probably be 4, and for 5 I would put like maybe Sheik or Darunia. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good list to me actually, although keep in mind that that could be subject to change because, like I said, I haven't played as every single character, nor have I used every single weapon on every single character, so certain characters like might have a certain weapon that makes them more fun to play, and you know, that would maybe move them more up on the list, but I think for right now, that's the list I'm gonna go with. And hey, check it out! One of our team members must have... Okay, Lana discovered the final sealed statue. That's kind of cool. Perfect timing, too, because Midna just, like, got to her place, and she should be safe for the most part since there is pretty much no yellow on the map over there. So, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out this outpost, Captain, and try and do the same over here. That way, Darunia can get inside that keep and do his thing. Now, something that I should mention is that as far as collectibles go for this level, since we're playing as Link, really the only thing that we can collect right now is just the gold skull after we kill 1,000 enemies. I believe you need to play as Zelda if you want to get a heart container, and Lana if you want to get a heart piece. But of course, like I said, since we're playing in Legend mode, the game only lets us play as Link for this level. We'll have to go back in free play mode and get the heart piece and heart container that way. But for now, we actually do need to free Darunia. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's a weird glitch that happens with the fire rod. Like, sometimes when you do your special, I'm not sure why. Maybe because there's, like, too many enemies on screen or something. But yeah, sometimes when you use your special, like, it won't fully do the cutscene. It'll just, like, keep you behind Link. It's really weird, and I'm not really sure what causes it, but it does happen quite often. Like, when I've gone through this level practicing and stuff like that, like, it happened probably at least 10 or more times, I would say. Well, maybe not 10 or more times. That might be an over-exaggeration, but it at least happened like half a dozen times. But I mean, it's not even like a really bad glitch. It is kind of cool to see like the move done from a different perspective. You know what's really cool though? The execute of the fire rod. Like, I'm pretty sure I haven't done an execute with the fire rod yet in this level, because I'm pretty sure if I had, I would have brought it up, because it is really something else. So hopefully I'll get to show that off, although I don't know, there might not be too many opportunities to actually do that in this level. Well, now there should be plenty of opportunities, because I just remember there's a few different like boss battles and stuff like that that take place in this level, so we should be able to show it off at least once, I would imagine. Probably the only reason why I haven't showed it off yet is because I don't even think any of these Hylian ghosts have like weak point meters, and if they do, they die too quickly for me to even exploit them, so yeah, not really my fault there. Anyways, what do you guys think of the plot of this game? Because as you can probably tell, the story is sort of, I wouldn't say coming to an end because there's still a lot left, but it is starting to answer some of the questions and tie up some of the loose ends. If you really pay attention to like the way this game does tell stories, it's actually really well done, because when the characters are talking, you can sort of, by just the sounds that they make, realize, you know, what feeling they're trying to portray to one another when they're speaking, and sort of how their dialogue is supposed to go. And I mean, obviously when I'm reading it, I can't always portray that exact same feeling, because I'm not like a professional actor or a voice actor or anything like that. So when I read it, like, I understand what the feelings are supposed to be, but it's hard for me to portray that in my voice in the same way. So I mean, it is sort of important that you guys pay attention to what the characters sound like when those sort of dialogue boxes are appearing. But I gotta say, I really do love the storytelling in this game. Like, it's a pretty good story, I would say. So like, even for a spin-off Zelda game, like, you can tell they still took the time to sort of be careful with everything. Like, and I think it's kind of cool that like Sia was really upset and didn't really realize that Ganon was, you know, controlling her, because when Ganon confronted her and called her her puppet, I mean, she got really angry, attacked Ganondorf, and got so mad to the point where she returned two of the Triforce pieces to Link and Zelda. Like, Ganon would never do that, so it's sort of weird to see that, like, Sia and Ganon aren't, like, seeing eye to eye, and, you know, they pretty much want nothing to do with each other at this point, so it's kind of crazy what's going to happen in the story, and I'm really excited to sort of finish everything off and let you guys see the rest, because honestly, I want to see your reaction to it, because, like I said, I've already spoiled everything for myself, so I know what's going to happen, but it's still cool for me to, like, you know, see it play out in the game, and then get to be able to see your guys' reactions in the comments. Like, that to me is probably the most fun of playing this game, besides actually playing it, if that makes any sense. I mean, that was like the worst wording that I could have used for that sentence, but I think you guys understand what I mean. Anyways, though, back to the game. So yeah, like, a ton of these ghost soldiers have spawned, and basically, right now, I guess the only thing that we really want to do is, take out as many of them as we can, because, well, there's a ton of them now, and I want to make sure they don't reclaim any keeps or take any outposts. Surprisingly enough, it doesn't seem like they've really done anything since spawning. They've just sort of, like, stood there. Like, there's a ton of these guys, like, look at them all, but they're not really doing anything per se, so I guess that's good for me, because I can just sit here and slaughter them all. But yeah, so like I said, not really a threat. Anyways, though, now we actually get to do something cool. We need to find the person controlling them, and I know exactly where they are. You guys actually might be surprised as to who it is, although it's not really who it is, more as just another trick. Anyways, there's a mysterious Lana over here just standing. And oh no, the health bar is red. You know what that means? It's time to take them on. Just look how much damage the fire rod does, man. Oh my gosh, it's insane. Oh, here we go. Can I show it off? Yes. Oh my gosh. There it is. The freaking execute. that is the coolest execute in, like, the entire game. You freaking turn the fire rod into, like, a gun almost, and just shoot her with a giant blast of fire. Like, that is the coolest thing ever. Can I do it again? Heck yeah, man. There we go. Like, oh my gosh, that is probably the most fun thing to do, just because, I don't know, it is just so satisfying to just watch that happen and see like a giant fireball just go into your enemy's face and blast them back. But yeah, like this Lana, not really as good as our Lana because she is going down super clicky, and there we go again, man, again. Boom! Oh, that actually killed her too. Nice. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. Sweet. But don't worry, guys. It's okay. It's okay. That was the fake Lana. It's not the real Lana. The real Lana's still here. The fake Lana left. The real one probably around here somewhere. I don't know. Oh, look. She's actually right there. So she's just surrounded by a bunch of ghost enemies. So let's get those guys off of her. That way she can do what she needs to do. Actually, I don't even think she needs to do anything right now. I think she's just sort of like here with us. But let's give her a hand because, yeah, I don't like her surrounded by all these enemies anyways, because I don't want her to leave the battlefield. It looks like everyone else has successfully awoken these sealed statues though, so now check it out. We have access to the temple where the Master Sword lies. So now we can go grab that. Of course, it's not that easy. We still got a few other things that we need to do, but the way at least has been opened. And I gotta say, like, this temple, obviously I'm pretty sure it's supposed to represent the Temple of Time. It's sort of got like two different designs going on though. Like the inside of it looks almost identical to Twilight Princess. Like it's pretty obvious where they took inspiration for the interior from, but I don't know, I feel like the outside of the temple looks kind of like the Temple of Time from, you know, Ocarina of Time, but I guess they sort of just like combined both of them and made this really cool looking temple, because the inside doesn't really match anything else, but it's still really stinking cool. But yeah, so basically all we want to do right now is open up these doors. That way we can get upstairs and get ourselves the Master Sword. Now how you do that is actually quite simple. All we gotta do is recapture these keeps, but unfortunately the dark forces have appeared, which could make things a little bit difficult, but honestly we should be fine for the most part, since look at the map, we control a lot of it anyway, so I'm not really too worried about that. The only thing that I would really be worried about is towards the end of this level, but if we play it safe, we should be alright. Anyways, there we go, we got ourselves this keep and a treasure chest, but more importantly, a gold Skulltula has spawned, so let's go grab that real quick before we do anything else. This is actually one of those levels that can be kind of difficult to get the 1000 KO mark to actually get the gold Skulltula to appear. Although, a little bit later on, they actually give you a larger group of enemies to fight, so if you haven't gotten it to appear as of yet, don't worry. You'll have a bigger opportunity to find it later on. But yeah, it's just underneath that rock, so there we go. Got ourselves another illustration piece and another Skulltula down, so let's get back to it then and run all the way back to the temple. I really wish they didn't do that, man. Like, they purposely put that gold Skulltula all the way back there because they knew you would reach the 1000 KO mark by the time you got in that temple, at the very, like, least. So it's like, come on, man. You couldn't just, like, cut me some slack and put it, like, inside the temple, make my life a little easier, but whatever. It was easy enough to get, so we're good to go. Plus, now we can actually go and capture the keep on the right side of the temple, although technically speaking we don't need to, but we might as well, just so we have like multiple exits and entrances to get upstairs. Is that really gonna help us out? Probably not. Oh, actually the door's already open, so really there's no point to even capture this keep, but you know what, I'm gonna do it anyways. We're already here, plus like it's already half dead, so why the heck not? Like, honestly, I just kind of want to do it to make everything blue on the map anyways. It makes me feel better. Plus, yeah, we get another execute, so bam, there you go, my friend. Have fun with that. There's just something so satisfying, especially when you shoot the Arealphos out, because I hate those enemies. Like, they've given me so much trouble in the past. It's just nice to be able to, like, shoot them in the face with the fire rod and just have them die. Oh, yeah, no, I forgot. There's also a chest here. That's kind of why I wanted to capture this keep. Alright, so it wasn't crazy. Anyways, inside this chest, we got ourselves a sealed weapon. Bam, there we go. See, that was worth coming down here and capturing the keep for. Alright. Anyways, now that we got that, we should be all set, but you know what? I actually want to kill this Gibdo because I want his material. Like, the larger enemies always drop materials when you kill them, and since I'm sort of in the process of like getting all the badges for all the characters still, I'm kind of putting a larger priority on like killing them all and making sure I pick up any materials that they drop, just because, I don't know, it helps when you're crafting badges. And I actually did find out that, yes, not all the badges are created with the same stuff. So even though, like, let's say Favorite Wars Wind, actually I'm pretty sure that one stays the same on all the characters, but let's say like Kokiri Sword 4, for example, like, that might require 3 items for Link, but require 3 different items for a different character. So you always want to make sure you get as many materials as you can. But this guy, he's going to get a blast of face, so get out of here, friend. Ah, so much fun. But yeah, we do need to kill like a few of these gatekeepers. That way we can actually open up the way to get to the Master Sword. So I guess one final thing that we need to do that is standing in our way. And then after that, all we gotta do is fight the boss of this level. And wow, we actually got a level up. Surprisingly, we're only level 17, which is kind of depressing. I kind of thought our EXP Plus was gonna like make us hit level 20 before the end of this level, but I honestly don't think that's gonna happen. I guess that's not like the biggest deal in the world, considering we could just use rupees to power level Link, but honestly I kind of don't like doing that because you also need rupees to craft badges, and you gotta sort of like find a balance of wasting rupees on levels or using it to create different badges. Although, thankfully for the most part, badges only cost like a couple thousand rupees, which you can normally get in like one level. Anyways, though, the freaking door of time is open, so let me just finish killing off, gosh dang it, man. If I didn't get stunned there, well, alright, he's dead anyways. There we go. So, now that that Gibdo is gone and I got his material, what do you say? We grab ourselves the Master Sword.
Tried hiding from me, little brat? You fool!
Honestly, I don't think I'm the fool, Wizro. Anyways, check it out though. We got ourselves the Master Sword. This thing is ridiculously powerful. I mean, just look at how much damage we are doing to Wizuru right now. Like, he does not even stand a chance against us. This is easily Link's most powerful weapon, and like, honestly, after you get the Master Sword, you really don't want to use anything else but the Master Sword, just because it tears through everything, like, without any issue at all, and it only gets powerful too, which is probably the greatest thing about it. And aw, man, Wizro already left. But he will be back, and when he does return, it'll be time to defeat him once and for all. Now, unfortunately, you know, once you pick up the Master Sword, it replaces the Fire Rod, so we can no longer use that in this level, which really isn't a bad thing, because the Master Sword, like I said, is just ridiculously powerful. Like, I don't know its base damage off the top of my head, but if you guys saw it, you'd be like, yeah, why would you even want to use anything else? But it would have been nice to continue using the Fire Rod for the rest of this level. Anyways, though, Wizard has reappeared all the way at the other side of the map, so now it is time for us to defeat him once and for all. Now, basically, there's only one thing that we need to worry about: Zelda getting defeated. Although, I'm looking at the gamepad right now, and her health meter is pretty much full, so she should be fine. And all we gotta do is make sure that, Wizard dies. He's already like half HP though, and I've got a fully charged Focus Spirit, so let's go ahead and blow this, and we should be able to just destroy this guy in a matter of seconds. Surprisingly, actually, it's not doing too much damage, but whatever. we'll just blow it, and we'll get the weak point meter on him. There we go. And how much is this gonna do? Oh my gosh, dude. He's done for. There's no way. I'm not even worried about Zelda anymore. Like, I could probably just, like, sit here for, like, 5 minutes and still have enough time to kill Wizro. Alright, there we go. He is gone. That was actually a lot quicker than even I expected, but I will gladly take that. So get wrecked, Wizro. You're nothing compared to the Master Sword. That is for sure. Anyways, let's see if I can find any, like, extra materials around here. I think I did a pretty good job of, like, collecting everything as I was going through, so doesn't seem like there's really anything left for me to collect. But yeah, now that we got the Master Sword, things are looking in our favor. And that is going to do it for this stage. Really fun one, actually. Probably one of my favorite stages. Alright, we even got the Epona ending, too. Sweet. Oh, and we got the Master Sword in it as well. I don't know why Epona was inside this temple, but yeah, whatever. We'll go with it. Alright, so there we go. 21 minutes. Not a bad time, actually. I'll take it. Hey, we got a new weapon for Zelda, it seems. Nice. Oh, wow, that's actually a really good... Oh, dang, dude, that's a really good sword for Link as well. Alright, that's a pretty good fire rod. Not bad, not bad. Oh, wow, we actually didn't get that many materials, but, whatever. Let's see what we got for our illustration piece. Impa's face. Fantastic. I will gladly take that. Alright, I guess that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But, once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.